Hi friends, it's your girl Becca Sarah. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm doing fine. So today I'm going to talk about the serial killer speakeasy that I went to recently. I'm also going to talk about Monster, the series that I saw on Netflix about Ed Gein. Again, I've never heard of Ed Gein, and in the serial killer speakeasy, they said the 4 serial killers that they're going to talk about are Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, and Ed Gein. And I was like, who's Ed Gein? I've heard of the other 3, but I need to know a little bit about Ed Gein. I haven't watched the whole docu-series. I've saw like half of it. I need to finish it, but I saw enough to know about Ed. So I'm going to talk about Ed first and then talk about the whole serial killer speakeasy, how it was, etc., etc. So while watching Monster, Ed is a very, for me, I would say, creepy individual. He gave me the creeps. There was a person in the restaurant, kind of like what I would say would be like how a Denny's, Waffle House, something like that, mom and pop restaurant, something like that, diner, that was like, Ed, leave him alone. And he just gave me the creeps. First time seeing him. He also has schizophrenia. And I've noticed that watching the docu-series that he has schizophrenia. And I saw that he in jail pleaded insanity. I don't think he had to plead. I saw like from the docu-series, like, yes, he had, it wasn't a fake thing. Like, I saw dude has some mental issues, but I'm not blaming his mental issues on him alone. His mom, like, literally, I don't blame women. I wouldn't say, oh, it's the woman's fault. But on this instance, this is the one instance that I would say it's his mom's fault. What I saw in the docu-series was his dad was an alcoholic. His mom was badly religious. Okay, there's good religious and there's bad religious. And I'll tell you the difference right now. Here's an example. She said, all women are evil. And she's a woman. Make that make sense. She said every woman is a Jezebel. Don't get with them. Don't get married. Stay with me. So it made a weird mother and son relationship, which it kind of felt like he kind of loved her in not like a, not in a like, I'm thinking of the word, not in a like, he's a mama's boy, or the bad stereotype of like sons that are very like their moms are their best friends and stuff like that. Not that. It was like to the point of like sexual. It just felt very, very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. Yeah, he would literally be, she would literally be like, women are bad, women are this, women are Jezebels, she's not married, she's evil. I'm like, excuse me, miss, do you have an issue with women and yourself? Like, what is it? And she would also be like, well, I have 2 sons, I hate having 2 sons, I wish I had a daughter. I'm like, no, I don't think you do, because you just said not that long ago that women are horrible. So you brought in the aspect of women are terrible. Women that are not married, or if a guy is with another woman, she's a Jezebel and this, that, and the other. And I understand the not having sex before marriage, but you were telling your sons not to get married, not to just be with you for the rest of your life, and you would just be, they would be like, oh, I'm interested in this, like, let me try date, and you're like, no, shut it down. Like, what's wrong with you? It's giving toxic. It's giving horrible. Like, I blame you, and you isolated them as well. Well, while watching the docu-series, I saw that she homeschooled them and taught them the Bible, but like in a negative way, to like hate women when she's a woman, and they were very isolated. They didn't know anybody, and the only way, like, again, they knew people is, they had a job, so that's how they knew other people, pardon me, or they saw a girl and they're like, oh, she's cute, and then no. And what I also saw in the docu-series, because there was a girl that he liked called Annabelle. No one in the town liked his mom. They were like, she's evil, she's this, she's that, she's too bad. And this is in Wisconsin, a small town in Wisconsin. No one, like, when Ed was trying to be with Annabelle, her mom was like, no, I don't want you with him. His mom is the evil witch, pretty much. Like, his mom is horrible. And in the docu-series, she was like, no, don't be with that Annabelle. And I'm like, what did she do to you? Like, I don't see anything that she did to you. Like, there's something messed up with you. Like, I blame you for how he was a terrible person. Ed accidentally killed his brother because they were having a fight about Ed leaving. And his brother was like, when you leave mom's house, you'll experience how better it is, because our mom is toxic, and what she's taught us is bad. Like, saying, like, not all women are terrible and stuff like that. Like, leave. And then he got in a fight, being like, no, being like, oh, like, mom is great, mom is this, and they got in a fight, and he actually killed his brother. And then he killed one of the bartenders in one of the bars, because his mom one time said that she's a Jezebel. She's never married. She's just sleazy, da-da-da-da. And he killed her. He killed another woman who was in the hospital. She was a babysitter, and he killed her because while she was in the hospital, Ed took her job as being a babysitter, and he scared those poor kids. I was like, you better not do anything to those kids, Ed. And because he got fired for being creepy, and she was back, he was mad that he took back her job, and he was unemployed, so he killed her. And I'm like, this is some horrible misogyny BS. Okay? Sorry about my cursing, but this was messed up. So you're killing her because you don't get what you want. And this is my issue with straight guys in general. And I'm like, this is how society is. They don't do what they want, or you tell them no, or you da-da-da. And because you don't give them what they want to retaliate. No. Respect, no. No is a full sentence. No is no. And what I've learned in this documentary, again, I did not finish it, that Psycho is based on Ed Gein, and so is Texas Chainsaw, because he made things out of bones and people's skin, and this got me thinking. We have Ghostface, okay? We have Friday the 13th. We have Nightmare on Elm Street. We have Scream. We have multiple different scary movie franchises that a lot of people love, hate, are scared of. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm thinking, wait, are all these scary movies based off serial killers? Because if Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre is about and based on Ed Gein, then all of these horror movies are probably based on other serial killers. I'm not gonna look that up. I'm just assuming because those two are about Ed Gein. Okay. So I'm gonna stop it for right there because I am gonna finish this docu-series, and it's gonna continue talking about Ed Gein, but I'm not gonna. This is not a recap about Ed Gein. It's about my experience. So I'm halfway done the docu-series. I'm not gonna do a recap of it. It doesn't matter. But learning, again, this is what I'm saying. Learning about how Psycho, and there was an episode, in episode 2, it was all about Ed Gein and how he is the reason why Psycho was made. And a lot of people didn't want to audition for it and be part of it because it was about Ed Gein, and when people saw it, they felt unease, unsettled, creeped out. And to be honest with you guys, I've never seen Psycho ever in my life. I've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I've never seen Psycho. But I know the famous scene about the girl getting killed in the shower. Okay, so now let's get to the big thing. The serial killer speakeasy. One thing I want to tell you guys, because I asked, when you buy a ticket to the serial killer speakeasy, you get 4 drinks, and they're served to you before each serial killer. And those 4 drinks come along with the price of the ticket. So you don't have to pay for the drinks, which is great. There are some drinks. There are 2 drinks that I like, 2 drinks that I do not like. One of the drinks is more of a, I would say a dessert drink, like Irish creamy-ish, but it doesn't have Irish cream and it doesn't have Kahlua in it, but it made me feel like that, and I'll get to that in a second. And I'm going to do the drinks first, because before I went to the event, I looked at the website to see what the 4 drinks were, and I feel like they changed at least Ted Bundy's one, because it didn't look like what was advertised at all, my friends. It did not look like that at all. So I'm gonna tell you what the drinks were. Give me a moment. And for me, basically, I feel like if you're into a specific kind of drink, like if you're into bourbon, then you probably would like it. If you're not, then you're not. Okay, so the 4 drinks are the Charmer, which is vodka, blue, orange, and rosemary. The one that I like, I know this one is for Ed Gein, is called the Gein's Cauldron, and that's bourbon, apple, cider, blackberry. The Double Life, bourbon, smoked cherry, and then Apartment 213, which is vodka, lemon, orange liqueur, and cranberry. Okay. So I wrote down my thoughts and opinions on the drink. So this is the order of how we had the serial killer. And how it started, we all thought it was going to go from the oldest to the youngest, and aka the oldest as in which one is like further, like 60s, 50s, and then youngest being the 90s, because we thought Dahmer was going to be last because his happened in the 90s, which is the year I was born. I was born in the 90s. Okay, so Ed's drink, which I said was Gein's Cauldron, it had bourbon, apple cider, and blackberry. My friends, the only thing I tasted was the apple cider. That was the prominent taste of it, and it was between sweet and dry. I do not like dry drinks. And you also tasted the bourbon, and again, I don't drink bourbon drinks. I don't like bourbon. I don't like whiskey. I don't like the taste of those. So I did not like that part of the drink, and that's what made it dry. And then what made it sweet was the blackberry and the apple cider. So that's why it was like a mixture of sweet and dry. But I did not like it at all. But there was one drink that it took me so long to finish. That's how much I didn't like. Gein's drink, it didn't take forever to finish, but I didn't really like it. But I feel like if you're a person that likes bourbon, if you are not into sweet drinks, then you'll like it. Because it's like in between. But for me, I wouldn't drink it again. No, sir. So the second drink was, oh shoot, I just lost his name. Wayne Gacy. Dude, I just forgot his name. I'm so sorry. It was John Wayne Gacy. And his was sweet. I liked it. So probably if you're not into sweet drinks, you would not like it. I'm trying to... Okay, so his was bourbon and smoked cherry. So the smoked cherry is what made it sweet, and I liked that part of the drink. I believe, yeah. And his drink, okay, is called the Double Life, because everybody thought... Oh, I should also talk about them as well. But everybody thought... I'll talk about him and go back to Ed. So everybody thought he was a normal guy. It took forever for people to put him in jail. Yes. let me put him in jail. He did 33 murders, my friends. And it was from 1973 to 1979. So that is not a long time at all that he was doing his murder spree. He only did this for 5 years. And his, I'll get to like how the show goes in general, but like it was short-lived. He ended up dressing as a clown. Everybody was like, oh, he's just a normal. So that's why I thought that was his drink, and it was a good drink. I liked it. The next drink was, give me one moment. The next person was Jeffrey Dahmer, and his drink was called Apartment 213. That was his apartment. And it's vodka, lemon, orange, liqueur, and cranberry. My friends, all I could say is, positive note, it was refreshing. And one of my friends was like, oh, okay, so you don't like it. And I'm like, yes, I did not like it at all. It took me so long to finish his drink. Like, so long. I think half, or it was close to the end of the show, not the show, but the end of his segment of the Serial Killer Speakeasy, that I finished it finally. And then with Ted Bundy, his was more liquidy, milky. Like I said, it was like s'mores. Like, I liked it. It was like a dessert drink. But what I'm seeing on here, his is the charmer, because Ted Bundy was a charmer, and it was supposed to be vodka, blue, orange, and rosemary. But I feel like they also put like some kind of milky liqueur in it to change it a bit. But it was really good. Alright, so this is how it went. Guys, you sat in, and what they said, I did not take a video or anything at all. You are allowed to take pictures and videos. No flash. That's another thing. They said they're not doing this it's not here to glamorize them or for people to be like them. This is just to educate, to tell you if you don't know about these serial killers. Again, I only didn't know about I keep forgetting Ed. The only person I did not know about was Ed Gein. So it's to tell you what they did, and to that. So basically, the whole all four serial killers were just saying how the story was going, what they did, how they got caught. That's all it was. So it's not glamorizing their kills. It's not, because I've seen some reviews being like, I'm not going to because it's glamorized to this, because it's glamorized. It doesn't. It's more to educate. And what I thought was very fascinating, 2 out of the 4 of these serial killers, they're not, is that you're being told the story from the detective or the bartender. And what I think should be approved is like all 4, either the survivors or the people that were there that was contacting the police, should have been the person that told the story. For example, with Jeffrey Dahmer, I would have preferred it to be the neighbor that was like calling the cops a zillion and 10 times, be like, there's a smell. I wanted it in her perspective. I think that would have been better. I would have loved it in her perspective. And then with, Gein, again, I didn't watch the whole documentary, so I don't know. Probably whoever survived have them, but also because I don't think a lot of people know Gene, so just leave him saying the actor playing Gene and then showing how he had sorry, I can't speak English. Multiple personalities. So let's get started let's go to how. So we first started with what we were calling him Farm Boy. And you see him having his multiple personalities and saying what happened and how he was Psycho and Texas Chainsaw were based around him, and how he had multiple personalities, and how his mother, again, I blame his mom, was super religious and was terrible to women in a way of how he called how she talked about women, saying that they're Jezebels and everything like that. And he had a sick relationship. I'm saying that. He did not say that. The actor saying his story. And he wanted to always be close to his mother. So, and I'm going to talk about some things from the documentary as well to put it together, that his mother ends up passing away. And instead of leaving his mother in the grave, he digs his mother up and has his mom in the house and pretends that his mother's still alive. And then and because he has schizophrenia, hears his mother talking to him, which freaks people out. He also took people that were in the grave. He took their bones, their skins, and he made cups, bowls, any other utensils, nipples, any pieces of the body, and made either furniture, utensils, cups, bones, etc. from that. He would also dress up like his mom, etc., etc. For him personally, am saying his mother is the result of him being the way he is. Not the multiple personalities part, but like why he killed women. Because you're not getting your way, you kill women. Your mom said this person and these people are Jezebels and shouldn't be alive. So you took that at heart because you want to please your mother, or now dead mother. So you killed them. So I'm blaming the mom for that. So that's what his segment is. And it's, the actor is saying it as Ed Gein. Next person we get, my friend, is, oh my God, I keep forgetting his name. John Wayne Gacy. And who's telling his story? It's not someone being John Wayne Gacy. I thought it was going to be an actor, just like with Ed. It was an actor playing Ed and telling you Ed's story. No. With John, it was Wayne Gacy. It was the detective of his case. Again, like I said, he killed people for 5 years. No one knew it was him. He was undetected because he lived a double life. He was this average guy. People liked him. He was a clown. People let him in his house. He killed innocent boys for no apparent reason. And what I only knew a little bit about Wayne Gacy when I was watching the docu-series of Jeffrey Dahmer, where Evan Peters from American Horror Story played Jeffrey Dahmer, and they talked a little bit about John Wayne Gacy. That's the only reason I knew about him, and he was like a killer clown, like. And they mentioned like, oh, after what happened in 2006, a lot of, not 2006, 2016, where about It movie, and everybody was scared of clowns. So the detective of the case that was trying to get John Wayne Gacy was talking to us, and how she was trying to arrest him, get him off the street. He killed 33 people in 5 years, and 33 boys in 5 years. And I thought that was interesting. Getting the detective that was on the case to explain the story. Loved that. Next, we went to Jeffrey Dahmer. And like I said before, I thought it shouldn't have been Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, the actor shouldn't have been Jeffrey Dahmer. The actor should have been the neighbor that kept calling the police, and have it in her perspective, and have her tell her story, how like the detective did for John Wayne Gacy. And the actor for Jeffrey Dahmer, when he was telling his story, he was so interactive. He walked around the whole world, scared people. He was all over the place. He was in the jail suit, his jail suit the whole time. And then the last person was Ted Bundy. And the person telling Ted Bundy's story was the bartender at the college, because Ted Bundy in the Florida FSU, I believe it was, where he killed a lot of girls that were in sororities and girls in general. She was telling the story, and she was also saying how, you want to know whose story we should be celebrating and telling everybody around the world whose story? The girl that survived. The girl that survived. And we all applauded, and we all agreed. And that's where I was like, instead of it being Dahmer saying what happened, it should be his neighbor saying what happened. And I guess because people don't know, a lot of people don't know about egging, that could stay, but that's what I would change. But overall, it was a very educational experience. You got to, if you didn't know about these serial killers, you learned about the serial killers and the case, and had the perspectives of the detectives, the bartender around that town. But like I said, what they did ask, like, what would you like to change? And for me personally, I would say, get the neighbor that was calling the cops to we want her point of view, because her point of view is very important. But overall, very good, very educational. I don't think it's a bad thing to go to. I know a lot of people are like, what about the victim? I don't know where the proceeds go to. Is probably goes to them, because the actors that are not saying the stories are your bartenders, are helping take the trash out. So I do not know where it specifically goes to, but I don't think they're doing this to glorify any of them at all, because what I saw before was like Ted Bundy specifically was a very attractive man, and instead of them having an actor play him and tell his story, they did it on the perspective of the bartender that was in that town. So they're not glorifying these serial killers. What I saw while going is they're more educating people, because like I said, for me personally, I only knew about, I'm going to go piece by piece. I only knew about Ted Bundy because I saw a trailer back in the day that Zac Efron was going to be in a docuseries, and it was like, I checked it out, and it was about Ted Bundy, and I watched it, and they're like, oh, Ted Bundy was attractive. I'm like, okay, that's why Zac Efron played him, because Zac Efron's attractive. But I got to know, I was like, Ted Bundy did this, he's terrible, right? And how I knew about, again, Jeffrey Dahmer is, again, Evan Peters playing Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know about these serial killers. Again, I'm not a true crime girly, so I didn't know any of these, what happened. Again, plus I'm not from the USA, I'm from Canada, but like, and I'm not into true crime, so I didn't know about any of these serial killers. So I feel like this is more educational, and it's to show you how it takes a long time for the justice system to take note of killers, is what I see. Like, people can call a zillion and 10 times, and it takes a minimum of like 5 years for you to catch these people. And my opinion is, I'm going back to the crash. They were very quick with Mackenzie Shirilla, because she could have ended up being a serial killer. But it also makes me think, like, you guys are very slow with catching male killers. Attractive or not attractive, whatever. A family guy, whatever. Good guy, healthy, whatever. You guys take so slow to catch them. But with women, you go, got her. But with men, you take a very long time, which needs to change. And I've heard of other docuseries, like, oh, my crazy ex or something, and it took them a long time to catch the guy. In general, please do better. Like, we need to, like, stop these serial killers, man and female. Because what I see is only the female get right away, and they don't end up being serial killers. You get them right away, but when it comes to men, it's like, no, it took us 3 years. Do better. Because what I'm seeing here is, you're not doing better for the female, because these serial killers are either targeting women or the gays, and you need to protect the women and the gays better, in my opinion, because hello, every lives matter. Don't just be like, well, he and how they might know it's serious. Like, come on now. And it could be anyone. Like with Ted Bundy, like, he was so smart. He went to school to be a lawyer, and that's how he fooled everybody, because he knew all the loopholes and stuff. All I'm saying is do better. When people say, "Oh, I smell a weird smell or some weird activity," take it seriously. Come right away. And like from other like true crime shows or documentaries about people, and they're like, "Well, he was," and the police weren't taking it serious, or saying like, "Well, we can't do anything until 24 hours." Do better. Do better. Please. Do better. Because the 24 hours, that person could be dead. Lives are important. Take it seriously. That's all I have to say. Well, so thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I have a couple podcasts coming up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!